Hello, so another series I'd like to share with you all now is Tongari Boushi no Atelier, translated as Witch Hat Atelier by Shirahama Kamome. It's about this girl named Coco who loves magic and really wants to be a witch, but unable to use magic no matter how much she practiced. Then one day she met this witch named Kifri. I think that's how we pronounce his name, and yeah, it's a he. I think witches are used as unisex in this series. Anyways, Coco spied on him to learn the secret of magic. But while Coco's practicing, something went wrong and Coco turned her mom into stone. Then she has to go off with Kifri and study magic and try to find a way to bring her mom back. It's an interesting twist how at the beginning, people believe that you need to be born a witch in order to use magic, but then it turns out anyone can do it with the right materials and procedure, kind of like a science. In that way, the magic system reminded me a bit of Fullmetal Alchemist, but there's something else I find with more resemblance with it. I don't know what the author's inspirations were, but the magic system has some similarities to Lost Magic. A pretty good Nintendo DS real-time strategy, by the way. Totally recommend. Anyways, in both Witch Hat Atelier and Lost Magic, magic is casted by drawing glyphs, and the more precise the glyphs look like what it's supposed to be, the stronger the magic is. It's fun in Lost Magic to draw the glyphs using the stylus, but of course we can't do that in manga. However, I think Witch Hat Atelier plays around with this idea in another interesting way, since it's manga. Like how you can take advantage of the fact that magic is activated through drawn images. This means if you have one incomplete half of the glyph and the other half drawn somewhere else, putting them together will complete them and trigger the spell, which is what they use for levitation shoes that are usually kept separate, but when they need to fly, can bring them together. Using spells that affect the form of other glyphs is also pretty intelligent. I wonder if that means people with artistic skills would be better at magic. That would be pretty cool, LLL. There are other things that help magic spells too, like the type of pen they used. I guess the world building in this series has been good so far. I at least like it much better than soft magic systems like what you'd find in most isekai light novels. When it comes to the characters so far, they're passable. I quite like the main girl Coco. She's fairly cute and I can really feel her passion for magic. Then, when she went with Kifri to study magic, she also joined a group of his apprentices, including her makes 4. Ageta's okay, although she seems to be of that tsundere archetype who will later develop to show a softer side, but we'll see. The other two girls I don't have much to say on now. They make the group feel a bit like the cast for those Moe Blob shows, except Kifuri is a nice addition, being the calm and collected mentor for them. It's nice how Coco needs some thought to solve the problems she comes across whenever something goes wrong in her adventures, such as using tailoring skills to help her draw glyphs or making magic cushions to put the dragon to sleep. We also get the feeling of the process in which she and her friends come up with these plans. One scene I particularly liked was when the girls need to brainstorm to come up with the right materials they need for the magic cushion. And as we can see here, they throw around all these random ideas off the top of their heads before deciding that sand is the best. It's a nice effect that captures the sense of strategizing well. So far the crisis Coco and her friends face are resolved smoothly enough, although I wonder about how it will go later down the series. There seems to be a mysterious plot going on with that witch who gave Coco the magical tools that ended up turning her mom into stone. And this witch showed up again at the market and led Coco into danger. Things may get more serious later, which can lead this manga to become something great. I hope so anyway, So far it's just decent considering all that, along with the art, which I'll mention in a bit. The art is nice, very detailed, and I'm not sure how to properly describe this, but there's a flowy feel to it, much like what you find in some fairy tale illustrations, but combined with cute manga aesthetics, and I like that. So I'm definitely reading more of Witch Hat Atelier, still hoping it gets better, but I'm still on chapter 8 and it's good enough so far. So have you read it yourself yet? Do you agree with me? As usual, comment and liking and subscribing would be nice. This has been one of the better mangas I've read lately, so I'm glad it's licensed for English releases. Thank you Kodansha USA for that. That means you Westerners can actually buy official copies and show it off without having to ship it for 4 times the price. Neat, huh? So I hope you enjoyed the series and my video.